Hey, this is Josh Gracin. You're watching Bull Sessions in the Skype live studio.
So my question is, I've always wanted to know what, of course, American Idol season 2, right?
Yes.
What were you doing before that?
Okay.
Before the tryout?
Well, I was actually, I always wanted to sing country music, I think, from the age of 13. I was born and raised outside of Detroit, Michigan, and I grew up listening to R&B, Motown, oldies music, and then, singing Boys to Men in my bedroom. You know how it goes.
Oh,
and
what
then,
was your favorite Boys to Men song?
I'll Make Love to You, I think, was my favorite one. But I had a lot of them.
Correct.
But, heard Garth Brooks for the first time when I was 13, and country music has been something that I wanted to do ever since, and joined the Marine Corps when I was 20 years old, and then got stationed. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Got lucky enough out of all the places that I could be stationed, and this is why I think, the man upstairs knew what he was doing. I got stationed only an hour from where American Idol was being taped, and it kind of went from there. So.
That's so cool. I don't know that. Does anybody know that? Is that a story?
I think some people that have followed my
That's
career
really
a little
cool.
closely would know that. But
Well, you're doing a lot better than Clay Aiken is.
That's very true. What's one of your fondest memories from American Idol? Because a lot of people fell in love with you on there.
I would think just being able to go out there on stage and being able to sing for as many people that are watching the show, and just learning. I learned a lot from that. I'll be the first to tell anybody that I did not sing on that show nowhere near what I'm doing now and venturing out of like different genres and stuff, and had a lot to do with I was naive to the business. I had no idea that their monitors were like very, very important, and there was monitors in the stage down where you couldn't see.
Right.
And so I would go out there during sound check and I would sing, be like, yeah, I could hear myself. I wouldn't take into account when the audience is there and the music's going, everything's blaring. So a lot of times it was like I was singing with headphones on, and I learned a lot about that stuff, and I learned a lot about the business, and about a lot of people would get on Simon for how he was you'd be like, well, that guy sounded great, why is he? Well, it wasn't about, I learned with Simon that it wasn't about vocals, it was about how is the crowd reacting to you, regardless of vocals, regardless of what song you were doing. So I definitely learned a lot.
I think one question that a lot of people have asked is, we saw you tour around, you came through here a few times, but since then it's been a little while since we've seen you. So what's been going on since then?
Well, I've been writing a ton, just doing as much writing as possible. My first album was songs that were written by other songwriters, and then my second album had some stuff that a little bit of stuff that I wrote, and lately now it's just I've just been writing as much as possible. We're getting in the studio next week, going to record some of the songs that we're going to play today, and just been touring and trying to show Nashville a different side of what I can do and where I want to go.
And do you like to write alone? Is that one of the things you prefer that, or?
It depends. I mean, sometimes you're just sitting alone. Sometimes you're just sitting alone, and something comes to your head and you have to write it. And then other times you're out on the road and you're with like a band member or something, and things go on. And then you have co-writes that are set up in Nashville.
Do you have like a certain pen and pad that you use? Do you write it in your phone? Do you?
You know what? That's that. Everybody kind of laughs at me when I show up to a writer's writing session, because I just come with my guitar. I'm the kind of person that if we're writing lyrics, I'll remember them. If they're good, if they're solid. If I don't, that means we've got to switch something or got to change the line. So by the end of the writing session, I already know the song before we leave.
We were arguing about this, whether they still use legal pads or phones these days. What does everybody do?
Or what if an idea comes to you like in the shower?
Well, yeah, if that happens, I'll have my, I'll put my little audio thing on the phone, like the audio recorder, and I'll press record, and I'll sing like the melody back, and I'll always have that. So if you look at a lot of songwriters, a lot of people that write music, if you look at their phone, they'll have like tons of audio clips of like stuff that they've come up with, or the notepad. But mostly now everybody writes lyrics on their laptop or their phone or their iPad.